Good day, everybody. I am your host, Jack Remington of Jack Remington Political Analyst. Today's November 4th, post-afternoon, after the election has not been called. The one video was taken down, but some people did see it. I'm making this video because someone sent me an email. When I was setting up for this, I got two more in. The first email I got was from an eBayer who I was shocked that follows my channel. Not a subscriber, but just follows me. Doesn't want to subscribe because the person's spouse is anti-Trump. And I got two emails from the forwarding service on YouTube. I'm going to share with you the one email, and then we'll get started on this program here. And I have to obscure the person's name for the little video here because the person does not want to be identified. New message from AMX. Hello, you are right. I salute you for calling Trump into position to win. This thing is going to go to the courts. Will the courts save Trump, or will the courts do the bidding of the globalists? Please reply. AMX in caps. That's the person's initials. I can't put my real name here. I hope you understand. Pretty harrowing when you get an email like that. I wasn't expecting getting any emails from anybody because I'm not that big of a channel. And you're witnessing the death of the constitutional republic as we speak. And my wife's in there listening to every word I'm saying. She's trying to work from remote. She can't go into work today because of safety reasons, and parts of, down near where she works, it's all boarded up for the shops because of the rioting and looting. But as Barack Obama calls them, peaceful protesters. Notice I didn't give him the courtesy of the retired president title. I read that for you. So let's get into this video. Let's try to make something coherent. I have no script. I got a couple little notes, and that's going to be it. My open message to Mrs. Jill Biden. And I'm already calling the election. I called it yesterday, and I'm going to call it today. And I'll keep some of the caustic acid off of here so YouTube doesn't remove this video. So I'm calling the election for everybody. The courts are going to rule in favor of Joe Biden. You have to remember, even the courts and the Department of Justice and the FBI, the CIA, and the 17 alphabet acronym intelligence agencies, they want Donald Trump gone. He's stopped business as usual. With Joe Biden in there, do you think he's going to slow these lobbyists down? You think he's going to slow down the stock option deals? Do you think he's going to slow down the placement of their relatives and then their friends and their cronies and people they owe favors to stay out of prison? Do you think Joe Biden's going to slow any of that down? Do you think Kamala Harris is going to slow any of this down? If you do, I got some beat up comic books I can't sell on eBay. I'll sell them to you, and I promise I'll give you a real good deal. But my open letter, Mrs. Jill Biden, please take care of your husband. You have enemies everywhere in your White House. Don't be thinking that only Donald Trump has enemies everywhere. Your husband has really got him. He's got enemies too. If not many, if not as just as many, maybe even a few more, because they know they can get to him. Okay, they couldn't get to Donald Trump. Donald Trump was too sly for him. You got to remember, Donald Trump's the guy that's supposed to be in a helicopter crash in the New Jersey casinos years ago, and he got tipped off and he didn't get on a helicopter in the crash. He's supposed to be on a helicopter. Okay, that's inside information I have here. So you can send the FBI to my house. This happened in the 1980s, late 1980s. Send them to my house. They already been here once. So send them again. So Ms. Jill Biden, please keep your husband healthy. Don't trust anybody. Do not trust this Kamala Harris. Okay, she's going to try to push him out the door along with Nancy Pelosi. They may even have already a deal ready where Nancy Pelosi invokes the 25th Amendment. She's already talked about that. Because I got to go to work. I have a W-2 job. I mean, I work two jobs and still trying to do YouTube and keep a family. I'm 24/7 almost. I mean, I don't get that much sleep at my age. It's very hard. But the message has to get out. So I'm asking you, Ms. Joe Biden, please take care. Make sure you keep Joe Biden upright. Guide him as best you can. But that way we can have 4 years of Mr. Joe Biden as the president. And hopefully he'll do some good things. I don't think so. But guide him the best you can. Maybe he can do some good things. Maybe he really does have some things he can try to do for the country. And we'll see how it goes. Get him his proper rest. He's 70. He'll be 78 when he takes the oath of office. Just hope for the best. We can get through this. So just please keep your husband and your family safe. I would not trust anybody. Do not trust this Kamala Harris. I know I'm a stranger, but you gotta just believe me when I tell you this. I would not trust her as far as I could throw her. Well, let me, I could probably throw her pretty far. So let me rephrase that. I wouldn't trust her for 1 second. I just don't trust Kamala Harris, and I have my reasons why. You just have to trust me that I'm giving you genuine, good advice for your husband, and thus my selfish reasons for the country. We need Joe Biden to serve his full 4 years. Don't let them talk him into stepping down after year 2 or year 3 so we get the first female president. And there's going to be tremendous pressure on you to do that, and you're a woman. My open message to you, Mrs. Joe Biden, don't fall for it. Put these globalists in their place. That's the end of my message to you, Ms. Joe Biden. I'm going to go back to my regular rant. And yes, I'm calling the election. I am calling the election. You know, the printing presses are up in full force, and they're revisiting the cemeteries. You know, if I was Republican, if I was Donald Trump, I would put webcams up on every cemetery in these governor-run states. They already had dead people once, but now they're going to go get their dead kids, their pets, whatever. They're going to be doing anything they can to get these ballots. So we're going to talk more. I'm going to end part 1 here. I'm going to go into phase 2, part 2, and that is the Democrat governor states that are still under fire here for just stopping the count last night. Okay, and those states are Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. I just checked it probably 20 minutes ago when I was setting up the camera. Donald Trump's still holding on to a lead in Pennsylvania, and I don't see how in this world that he could get caught here. But now we're going to talk about Michigan. I'm going to show you how they're going to catch him. I'm going to show you how I'm going to catch him in Michigan. Very odd. The article title is called Very Odd. Michigan found over 100,000 ballots, and every single one has Joe Biden's name on it. Okay, there was a stretch of Brandon Morse from Twitter says Michigan was set to be a state that went to Trump, but miraculously a bunch of early votes was found, and every one of them was a ballot with Joe Biden's name on it. When I say, quote, every one of them, end quote, I mean every single one. Not one of these ballots had a Trump vote on them. This kind of thing is far from normal and is worth investigating. Twitter users also found this to be so unlikely as to be completely unbelievable. Sean Davis from Twitter writes, so while everyone was asleep and after everyone went home, Democrats in Michigan magically found a trove of 138,339 votes, and all 138,339 of these votes magically went to Biden. That doesn't look suspicious at all. Jack Dorsey's got his little tech team sticking little notification banners in everybody's tweets that he doesn't like, and it's great. It's almost ghosted. Quote, some of all the content shared in this tweet is disputed and might be misleading about an election or other civic process. Learn more, end quote. Okay, he's trying to cover his ass is what he's trying to do. I'm not worried about Jack Dorsey. I'll deal with him another day. Another tweet, Phil Carpin, literally 100%. And the map shows here, an update gives Biden 100% of the new votes, over 128,000 plus. Scott Walker. Now, I think, wasn't Scott Walker the former governor of Wisconsin? And then he forwarded Matt Makovich's tweet. This is shocking, folks. And you're going to let this happen? Here's the Donald J. Trump at the real Donald Trump. Quote, last night I was leading, often solidly, in many key states, in almost all instances Democrat run and controlled. Then one by one they started magically to disappear as surprise ballot dumps were counted. Very strange, and the pollsters got it completely and historically wrong. I'm not really sure what happened to Wisconsin. It looked like Trump was going to win that state. Now I see that he's been flipped. I mean, and this happened, I'm going to tell you when this happened again. In the 2018 midterms, me and my wife, we went to bed, and my daughter was couch surfing until she got her place taken care of. So there were some people over. We were watching some of the returns, and we all thought for sure that Miss McSally, the astronaut, the female astronaut, she was going to win that election in the Senate race in Arizona. And 99% precincts reporting. When I woke up the next day, she lost, and not only did she lose, she lost by 3,000 votes, and the county doesn't even have like 5,000 people. I thought, whoa. But McSally didn't have the money to challenge it. And so this Kirsten Sinema, this open lesbian, bragging about how her lifestyle was so great, she won in the red state of Arizona. But now we can see that Arizona's not so red anymore, is it? But the problem with I feel, and this is the nut and bolts of this video, is that these 3 states, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, all have Democrat governors. The governors have complete 100% control on how they run their election boards. They can do anything. They have a lot of power for their state. I'm going to get to the third part of the video. I just popped in my feed somehow. I'll give someone the credit that sent this to me. But the article is titled Pima County Man Convicted of Voter Fraud. And I'm going to save you time for reading the article. I'll put it up here and you read it for yourself. He voted twice in 2 different states. And a lot of the cases that I've done for voter election case studies, it's a little informal company, self-funded by me. It's a little voter watchdog group. I study cases myself on voter fraud, and voter irregularities is what we're supposed to call it. We're not supposed to call it voter fraud. We can get sued. YouTube took down several of my voter fraud videos in 2015 and 16, and I kind of got them. I just put it on the back burner. But now this is happening, I'm gonna put it back up there again. And I used Heritage Foundation, and I used Cato Institute, which is actually center left, and I have a couple other sources. I've been a member of True to Vote for at least 5 years. I'll look and see how long I've been a member of True to Vote. There's several good watchdog groups out there. They're actually very, very good. So I can't contribute the way they can because they're better funded than I am. And I never wanted to really take off with that. Like I said, I'm working 2 W-2 jobs to help keep me and my family floating. It's a privilege and an honor to be like that in this country. And believe me, I'm bragging. I'm not complaining. Randy Allen Jumper pleaded guilty in Pima County, Arizona court to attempting to vote in 2 states during the 2016 general election. One in Arizona, one in Nevada. He was also charged with signing a statement saying he would not vote in the general election in any place other than Arizona. The article says voter fraud cases are rare, but most in Arizona involve voting twice. He was fined $5,000 and he is barred from voting in Arizona. What I want to get to is that when you get someone like this, and if you multiply it by, I'm going to say 100,000 people that do this, they vote twice. They'll say they have 2 votes. Okay. The left and the liberals and the Democrats keep saying, oh, it's rare, it doesn't happen, but it can affect an election, and I'm going to show you why. If you go to Wikipedia, the 2017 Virginia House of Delegates election, they had a race in the 94th district, and the Associated Press called the race for the Republican David Yancey by 12 votes, but a 3-judge panel declined to certify the result and counted another vote that tied the election, which led to a panel declaring that there was no winner. It was a rare statistical tie, okay, but it does happen. So the balance of the House of Delegates was a 50-49 in Republicans' favor until the race was resolved through drawing lots as per state law. So on January 4, 2018, the drawing was held and Republican David Yancey was declared the winner. His opponent, Shelley Simmons, conceded on January 10th. So there was a 6-day lag, and I've read other articles. There's 54 articles linked to this, and I read through most of them. And she was still going to try to fight it, but you can read through the lines. She can't come out and say, I ran out of your donation money. And she can't come, and I'm not going to spend my personal money. They never do, okay? Only like someone like Donald Trump, which makes him dangerous. He might spend his own personal money here because he's a billionaire. He can afford to do this. He may just go all in with this entire package of wealth, whatever it is, and say, I won this election, and I'm going to contest this. The initial page I did find an article that talks about the ballot that was thrown out, that there was the ballot that gave the Democrat Simons the lead in this race by 1 vote out of like 20-some thousand casts. There was 2 circles on both their names, but Simons, the Democrat, has a name lined through it, and that's the reason why they threw it out. So and that created the statistical tie. There was another article that's on my other computer that's now kaput that talks about this one ballot. The person wasn't even a registered citizen, but it didn't matter. It was a provisional ballot, so they say. So I want to throw that in there too, that even there's illegal aliens voting in every state. Now, to the degree, I can't tell you, but I can tell you that the Western Seaboard, especially California, and now we can see Arizona, heavily Democrat, and they're heavily with the illegals, and they think it's okay. They think they're doing something good for their country. They think they're doing something good for their families. The counter argument I get from every Democrat supporter that supports illegal immigrants, they say, well, they wouldn't risk voting in the election because they could get deported. That's true, and some of them do get caught, and some of them do get deported. And Barack Obama caught some of them, but he didn't catch them in the states that he won. He made sure they were in the states that he lost. It's ironic that in the 2012 election, I'm going to throw a little sneak inside of here, all the states that Barack Obama beat Mitt Romney with, there's no voter ID. But every state that Mitt Romney won, there was voter ID. I just want you to think about that. I counter these Democrat illegal immigrant voter supporters. I come back and I say, look, they've already broke the law once and they're thumbing their laws in their face. You think they're not going to let some community organizer like Barack Obama and Stacey Abrams ballot harvest? And Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, who won her race, by the way. Ilhan Omar won her race. AOC got 70% the last I saw. And this Rashid Tlaib in Michigan, they all won their races. That's your country, folks. You need to accept these people, and you better watch out because they're coming for your guns. They're gonna come for your wealth. They're gonna want wealth distribution. They're gonna do what they do in some of the African countries. They're gonna expect you to take in a migrant family, and they do that by legislation. They get some of the wealthy people to take in poor people, at least feed them. I mean, you see that in some of these African countries. Do some reading, do some research, get a ham radio, join a local ham radio club and talk to them people, and then get back to me. You can tell them I sent you, and yes, you're welcome. Absentee ballots for Wayne County in Detroit are being counted. A Ferrari a van and a Chrysler 300, I think, all pulled up into a facility, large garage doors with ballots inside vehicles. All three of them had out-of-state plates. This is an anonymous tip. Also, they're counting military ballots now. I heard around 7,000. Every military ballot has to be duplicated, rewritten. I don't know why. This is very concerning. Yes, the part about the vehicles. They're saying Trump has no chance of winning here. Also, John James does have a chance. I guess John James, it's a local race in that district of Michigan and Detroit. I'll be in touch. Make sure you say allegedly. I got the intel from blankety blank and a GOP challenger who was here all night. It should be accurate. Lawyers says someone took photos of Ferrari and Chrysler. I'm here to say that the voter fraud is real. The information is getting out there. I am calling the race. I'm not calling a race based on ballots. I'm calling a race based on the circumstances. And the circumstances, Donald Trump's got to go. People keep thinking is Amy Coney Barrett's going to save him. She's not going to save him. Okay, it's already been decided. It's already been decided in Washington, D.C. It's already been decided by the DNC, and the GOP is too spineless to stand up to fight for him. Okay, the GOP wants Trump gone too. You got to remember, both sides, both parties, it's a duopoly. They both want business as usual. They all want their stock options. They want their kids in these big boards in foreign countries making all this money you'll never see, and your kids will never see either. They want the lobbyists, the ground floor deals. They want the stock option shares given to the relatives that don't have to be disclosed on the Federal Election Commission boards or the congressional committee boards. They can give through the FBI and CIA background checks. The relatives don't do anything, do they? They only pertain to that person that's holding the office that gets elected. Okay, the AOC got busted when she first got in office. There was $885,000 campaign funds that she never used before or since, obscure LLC in Tennessee. That her chief of staff guy, this guy, I think he was from India originally. He was a tech guru, and he did some research, and he was actually probably a good chief of staff for her until she got rid of him. She should have she should have been removed from office right then and there or put in jail. But guess what? Nancy Pelosi sent a team down from Washington, D.C., or from her place in her district in California to give AOC some guidance. The AOC, as dumb as a rock as she is, she got reelected. That goes to show you that it's not your intelligence, it's not even your intent or your love for your country anymore to get you elected. It's your ideology. And we all, she's an admitted Democrat socialist. She's a member of the Democrat Socialist Party of America. Her and Rashid Tlaib and Ilhan Omar and a couple others had the bartending background. She got caught taking ladies' tips. I could go on and on about AOC. She won her re-election. I saw this comedian. The comedian didn't make it, but he had one good line. And he goes, you know what New York City CPR is? See a guy laying down on the ground? You don't even kick him. You get up or you're going to freaking die. That's the New York City CPR, because they don't give a shit. They don't care. They just keep right on going. I'm a good-looking guy, too, but he didn't make it. I'm calling the election. Congratulations to Joe Biden, and hopefully you can do some good things for this country. And, boy, I hate calling this election, but I have to call him like I see him. They want Trump gone so bad. They're going to make sure that he loses this election. And they completely bastardized the election day. I mean, when I was a younger man, younger boy, we knew the next day who the president was. Spaceman.
We lost, huh?
Yeah, I'm making a video right now.
I'm so sad.
You?
It looked like we were going to win, and then all of a sudden he won 2 states over, Arizona and, what's the other one? Wisconsin, I think, that kept going back between.
Yeah. Yeah, well, but, the North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin are run by Democrats, and they have complete control of their election boards. Matter of fact, I'm in the process of making a video right now, so just don't say your name. Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. No, this is I couldn't stage this. I couldn't hire somebody to stage this better. Did you watch that Charlie Kirk one? Did you watch the Charlie Kirk video where he makes the case for Trump?
You know what? I didn't have a chance to watch it. I was reading some of his policy.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to make a decision specifically on these tax cuts on the rich.
Yep.
I think people are reading what they want to read, and they're not reading the full policy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if people realize that these tax cuts that they think are so bad and only helping the rich, that they only realize that we got 30 billion in tax cuts between that range. Like, I
person made a great case, but the woman did not want to hear it. The person said, I don't care how good he is. I don't care how bad Biden is. I'm voting for Joe Biden no matter what. He said, I don't care if Joe Biden has been photographed with the devil or Adolf Hitler. I mean, I couldn't believe I heard this at Remy's Halloween party. I was just astounded and I said, where does she get her information from? And the guy told me she does it to her friends and her relatives. That's it. It's a done deal. And she doesn't watch TV. I said, really? No, she just listens to her friends. Orange man bad, that's it. His mean tweets, he's got to go. He tweets mean, so he's got to go. I thought, wow.
You know what? There's no background, there's no education behind it.
No, this is a person that has a college education.
Yeah. and I some of the quotes that Biden has said, that if you really started to listen to the way he presents himself, I find to be extremely inappropriate and from the racist side of things. And if anyone would stop and really pick out specific words he said, I think the civil unrest in this country and the vote would have maybe been swayed. But we are programmed to
Did Trump succeed?
thing, and we are trained to believe certain thing, and nobody wants to take
Speaky.
an independent thought.
I know, but did Trump succeed?
It's a really sad day. I'll let you go. I don't want to take too much of your time.
Well, make sure you watch that Charlie Kirk one. It's called The Best Case for Trump. It's got two guys. A guy's got a white shirt on. You can't miss it. Just check out that thumbnail made for the next one. It's hilarious.
I'll have to catch up a little bit. All right, you have a good one. Sorry for interrupting.
No. Hey, I couldn't have staged this with a $1,000 bet. I couldn't have staged this by hiring people. So this was perfect. Thank you. Bye.
Didn't Trump succeed the election?
I'm still recording. I don't know if he conceded or not. I hope not.
I liked your thing about Biden watching his back. I liked when you said that.
I'm being sincere. I mean, if Biden's the winner, we got it. You know, we want him to do good things. We need to keep him healthy. We need to keep him upright.
He has to be healthy, and we can't have any accidents or any sickness.
No accident, no sickness, no Nancy Pelosi trying to get the 25th Amendment on him. None of that.
Because we cannot have Kamala Harris as VP.
No kidding. She's when they asked her if she was coming, she laughed. She didn't answer the question. She didn't answer the question last week. Somebody stopped her somewhere. I mean, I think it was in Pennsylvania, and she started that giggling, and they made a meme about it. Well, anyway, I need to shut this video off. I got some other videos I had to get out. I'm going back to my financial videos. See, I have a solution to a lot of the problems that we're facing in this country. Is that you got to take care of your family and yourself first. Okay, knock out all excess purchases. Start watching your money wisely and become a coalition among yourselves. Get your family going first, and that's what we're doing. We're getting out of all debt. We're knocking off everything. We're gonna have to get down to one credit card. I'm gonna have a credit card. She's gonna have one credit card. That's it. Has 2 credit cards in this family. That's it. No more. The things of that nature, you can do it yourself. Because I'm trying to close this video, so I'm starting to talk fast. I'm getting out of whack here. Thank you for watching. Hope you. I mean, I couldn't believe I got this live call. I got emails. I'm getting a live call. Maybe I'm on to something. Just stay tuned. So please like, share, and subscribe to this video. It's the best thing you can do for me. Get this channel moving. We're gonna do some great things. And I got some financial videos. And if I get these funny parody videos, some Pina Colada song, I'll put them up there. They're kind of funny. It lightens the channel up. I mean, I try to be a stand-up comedian, if you can believe that. I mean, that should be a joke in itself. Before one last, the most important thing of the entire video, we held on to the Republican Senate. That was critical. That'll keep Joe Biden at bay somewhat to a degree. So now it's going to depend on how much the business as usual, between China Joe and the Republican Senate. So, but remember, the Senate wants Trump gone too. They want him gone too. Now that Trump is gone, it's be business as usual. Thank you. Always a great day to be American. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.